Okay, everyone's here, I suppose. All right, well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the meeting of the Village of Mamaroneck Board of Architectural Review on April 5th. We have this is obviously a virtual meeting versus an in-person meeting, so we'll have to accommodate that using Zoom. In that regard, when your application is up, if you can be ready and be prepared to share your screen and so forth. Also would ask that any participants who are part of the application be on, even if you're not going to say anything, even if you're just an interested party, because in the event that you do want to say something down there, it's difficult for us to kind of bring you on and have you say something, and then we move on and you say, wait, I didn't get to talk. You know, you have to be ready to talk. So please, if you're part of the application, even if you're not planning to talk, please just sign on. You don't have to say anything if you're not planning to. If there's people in the audience that wish to participate, you can make yourself known by raising your hand or chatting or so forth. And I'll try to remember at the end of the application to ask if there's any comments. If I don't remember, I apologize, but please do try to make yourself known if you have questions or comments. We do have is Larry here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay, great. We have the full board here tonight. So no issues with quorum or anything. I'll introduce the board members. There's Andrew Wallowitz, Yvonne Levine, Cindy Lee, and Larry Cohen, and I'm William Binzer. So I think I have hopefully covered everything. And so with that, let's get started. So first off is the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting on March 17th. And has everyone had a chance to review them?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Does anybody have any questions or comments?
No.
Then may I have a motion to
I motion.
second, anyone?
I second.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, the motions are approved and the minutes are approved. And then we can get on to business. Okay, so first we'll start with the continued business carried on from previous meetings. And first up is 648 Shore Acres Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mark Masticato for Mr. and Mrs. Ferrante, even though it says on my partner Fred, it's actually me. So I'll share my screen. Hang on a second, here we go. Okay, so at the last meeting, we were here previously for revisions to the rear terrace area and rear porch area. We discussed that there were other architectural changes to some of the fenestration and the windows and doors around the house. So the board had asked to come back with revised elevations of the whole house. So that's what we're doing. And so I'll start with the front. So this is the front elevation. And, you know, again, what's different from the original plan is Mr. and Mrs. Ferrante decided to go in a more modern direction as opposed to a more traditional direction. So did away with some of the more traditional moldings and fenestration that we had originally proposed and went with more rectangular shapes and cleaner lines, basically. That's the front. And I have some pictures I'll show you as well. So, you know, we looked at some of them the last time. So the house is white, windows are black. The roof is black, and then we have some standing seam roofs and some stone veneer in areas as well.
So this is already built here then? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, again, we originally coming just for the rear patio area. So
I
this is the right side, garage side. So again, we had, originally we had some different shingles and some curved moldings up in the gables, which we did away with. The back of the house, and again, this was the change originally. What we came for was the, I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit here, expansion of this second floor terrace area and expansion of the roofed area that's on the patio level, the terrace level here off the kitchen and family room. They just felt there wasn't enough room for the whole family basically to sit and eat and have a nice table area and still have some seating area. So those were the changes there. And we had a traditional railing originally. We've now replaced that with a cable rail up on top and a glass rail along the bottom. And then on the left side, again, you see the revised porch area here. And again, the revised fenestration for the doors and windows along the side of the house. So I go to the, I'm sorry, go to the floor plan. So again, what was changed was we basically increased the roof patio area to include this section here and put steps here. Originally, we had steps just coming straight out this door. Now they're going to come across and go down this way. And again, on the second floor, you see that there's just a bigger roofed area basically now in the rear of the house. And that's basically, those are the revisions and updates of what was originally approved.
Okay.
So I'll go back to that. Any questions? I'm happy to.
Does anybody on the board have any questions or comments?
Nope.
Let's
Sorry.
thank you for updating the drawings as they need to have been done initially.
Sure. Our pleasure.
So just to be clear, the front, the parts of the house that you are not proposing change, this is the existing condition, right?
Yes, yes.
Right, because previously it showed what was originally approved, but changes have been made in the interim.
Yes, again, we had some, like this over the garage was originally a curved window and we had some curved molding there and different types of shingles in the gables.
Mhm.
So we're to approve all of that as well here.
Yes.
Right? Because that was not previously approved. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. We're pleased.
Could you show the picture again?
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you.
That's a picture of the front.
Mhm.
That's the house next door. Let me see if I can scroll through these here. Another picture of the front
Mhm.
side of the house. Just zooming on the front. Some of these pictures were taken just so I could have clear information to update my drawings. That's the left side, you see.
Mhm.
And let me see, I can also take you through, I think there's some other pictures of the rear of the house. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you can see this is the area where that roof,
Oh,
you can see this was the original shape of the terrace,
uh-huh.
and then so now we're
Ah,
on
okay.
to and basically connect these now.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And those windows in the master bedroom
Mhm.
and that picture right there.
Those are actually
that's
sliding
actually
doors.
doors.
Those are doors that will lead to the flat roof.
So you had already put
terrace.
in the doors before you submitted this, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I guess you had already put in the doors before you submitted this.
Well, no, this was approved with a roofed terrace up there. We just now are making it
It's a
bigger.
smaller.
It always
Yeah.
had the roof terrace area. I'm gonna
Right.
go to the rear elevation for a second.
Oh, I see, okay.
So.
Yeah.
I understand, it was just over that one
It was
area.
just in this area. The structural
Mhm.
stair was there. It was just.
I
in this
understand,
area,
okay.
Now we're
yeah.
expanding.
You
it.
just hadn't built that yet, you just hadn't built any of that yet, got it?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Any
Okay.
more questions or comments from the board? How about anything from the audience, Barbara?
No hands raised.
Okay, I guess we can have a motion to vote on it then.
Our motion.
I second.
Okay. Let's go through it. Larry,
Yes,
Lon,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
and I'm fine too. Looks nice, actually. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Stop my share.
Okay, next is 1631 Winfield Avenue.
was this what you were discussing before the meeting?
Yes.
One of them, yeah.
Okay, Richard.
Mm.
I keep clicking on them, but nothing's happening. I don't know if people on the other end have to do something.
But he is there, right?
I see his name and his hand is
Uh-huh.
raised.
Okay. He wants in.
There he goes.
It's coming.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see my screen?
Well,
Oh,
Yes, but it's the Zoom screen. It's not the drawings.
yeah.
Come on, go away. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
It's
Again, the
still-
Zoom
Can see you.
Yeah, the Zoom screen, you just have to go to the pictures.
Okay.
There you go.
mhm.
There you go.
Can you see my screen now?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Oof.
So
That's
this
dramatic.
Yeah, this is looking down Winfield toward the river.
Mhm.
And this is the picture during the flood.
Mm,
And you can see here where the water level is on the house we're talking about. It's up to the windowsills. I believe it eventually got up to about 4 or 5 feet inside the house above the floor.
Hmm.
So got up to about an elevation of, let's say, 39.
mhm.
This is same view, just looking a little better. Sun's out.
Yeah.
And at this point, the house is elevated and getting ready to come down. I'd like to go through all of these and then come back to the beginning with any questions that you have. This is the original survey, and it's from 1959. And it shows the side yards that we still have now, which are the non-conforming side yards. I guess it conformed at the time. This shows the garage, one-story frame dwelling, porch in the back, and one-story frame in the back behind the garage. This is the original front elevation. Again, this shows I guess the doors to the garage. And here's the front. It originally had brick veneer below the windows. That's what it last looked like after the flood. Again, here's the same brick veneer. Eventually, this came off. Here's the back after the flood. It shows, it's hard to see, but the deck is falling down. And this is the one story in the back behind the garage that also was, it wasn't possible to lift this and have this whole thing stay intact. So rather than have it tear off, I told them to just cut it off and we'll put it back because it'll just rip off the rest of the roof. Now, this is basically a diagram showing really what we did. The green is showing the pre-existing house on the lower level. Here's the area over the garage. Here's the area over the bedrooms. And this is showing it moved up in relationship to the current front elevation. Now, at this point, this is where the house has been set down onto the raised foundation. The foundation was raised by 6'8". So the finished floor went up to about 7, a little over 7 feet. And now here's the drawing of that same front elevation. This is the back. Now, a few things to point out. First of all, last time we had this discussion about the railing. I changed the railing to leave using the cable railing. Too fussy and too expensive, not necessary. So this shows a change to a regular composite or wood railing with balusters. Here, it's showing, there was a question last time what we were going to do because even though the side wall of the dining room addition has to be set back to the new zoning setback, which is 6 feet, which moved it 1.5 feet in from the existing wall. The beam that was supporting it, which was going to be supported on a new column going existing footing, we decided to put in a new footing in addition to the column, move it in, and therefore the beam can end where that side wall ends, all behind the 6-foot current setback. What you see beyond that is the face of the non-conforming wall, which is at the non-conforming setback line. This is the south elevation, and here you can see in the front, there's a different railing. In the front, we're using a wrought iron railing. Even though in back, we're using the composite railing and composite railing on these steps coming down out of the back. All of this is vinyl siding. It's replacing the existing siding and going down to the top of the foundation wall, which is currently, it's already stuccoed. This is the north elevation. Here is the side of that addition. Here you can see the new posts supporting it. Stucco all along the side here. Now here's a couple of things to note. First of all, you'll see on this something called the average grade, which I'm showing here because this is where you see it. The grade at the front was at elevation 34. The grade at the back is at elevation 32, and the average is at 33. Now, this line up here is showing what the allowable height, according to the zoning ordinance, which says we were allowed 35 feet above the average grade. So that's the line that we're permitted, and we're all the way down here.
Can I ask you a question, Richard, which I think may be an error here on these elevation drawings here, but the average grade is 33. And then you have the various elevations, like the first floor is at 42 and a half feet. Then you have the roof at 64 1/3. which would be like almost 30 feet. I think that maybe it's not supposed to be that big of a number. I think maybe it's supposed to be 54 perhaps.
Could be.
There's something.
Yeah, I think
wrong
you're
there.
right. Yeah, I think you're right. Is that what you're referring to in that email?
I didn't. In
That
that,
letter? Okay. Here's the, now this is a mock-up of the siding, vinyl siding, certainteed in the light gray, and this is showing you the siding on top of the stucco. Now the stucco, the drawing of the stucco isn't completed. It's getting very close to being the same or very close in color. If it isn't, we will paint it in a similar or the same color.
Mhm.
But that's an actual mock-up of the actual siding that we're talking about using. Here's a photo of the type of railing in the back that we're going to be using. And here's a picture of the type of railing we want to use in the front. Difference is here, it's got these feet sitting on top of the surface. We're going to try to embed the posts into the concrete underneath it. And here are some of the surrounding buildings. This is what we have across the street. This is the waterworks. And these are the two houses to the south of this, our house. It shows the others going up the street as well. This is the decking. I'm showing it next to the siding mock-up. Be similar light gray. Whatever wood we have, like in the posts, etc., will be stained a light gray, matching that color. Here is a 3D view of that corner that we were concerned about last time, showing you that this side is set back to the 6 foot setback, and this is set at the 4.5 foot setback. And now I can go back to the beginning, see if there are any questions that you have. I can't hear you.
How high is the finished roof above the average grade?
Okay, I will check that as we're continuing to talk. I have to open up the other drawings and see what that is.
Yeah, I think there was an error on the drawing. That's why I was asking. Okay.
Anything else?
So I guess I'm confused about the garage and the fact that now there's a second story over it, but the garage is non-conforming where it is. So how can there be a bedroom above it that's non-conforming, that's new construction?
Well, first of all, the same way we raised the rest of the house, we raised the whole volume, including the garage, up to that level. We can't have a garage up on the upper level because it's not practical to get up there. So we're leaving the garage down on the lower level because we're allowed to occupy this flood level with cars or storage or anything like that. So once we raised the roof that was over the garage, and the back single-story building that was elevated with this, we're continuing the enclosure of it. What was enclosed
Right,
as garage,
but
raising
excuse me,
up in the bedroom.
what I guess I don't understand though is like you're building that dining room, right? That's now on stilts. It's not on solid foundation, correct?
So
And
on
that-
posts,
And that's on post, right? And that is now conforming, right? It's new construction that's conforming. And there was not a bedroom over the garage before, so now there is a bedroom over the garage. So doesn't that have to be conforming? I guess that's really a building
Well-
department's purview, but it seems to me odd that that wouldn't have to, since that is a mass next to the neighbors.
Well, I think that first of all, my approach to this was we're raising the whole house. And that includes the space that was used as a garage. That included the roof over it, the walls, and everything else. So all that I lifted up. What the space is used for, if I had a way to put the garage up on that upper level, and it's all extended up along the existing foundation lines, I would have put that there. But the way I saw it is that we're entitled to use all of that area that we're lifting up, staying within the confines of the existing foundation.
Can you
If
show
you-
those images again while you speak about it?
Particularly the image of the that side elevation that Andrew's talking about.
This one,
Is that the garage?
the garage is here.
The front facade. Yeah.
I don't know where here is. I don't see your
The pointer.
This is the
That's-
front, right? Not the side.
Right.
Could you go
Yeah.
to
You
the
wanna look
side?
at- You're looking for the side, okay.
There. Is that
That's the
No.
back,
the
That's
side with
the
the
back.
garage? There,
That
the
one.
side with the garage.
that's the
Yeah,
side.
this one.
This is not the side with the garage though, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
It is.
Oh, okay. It can
Here's the
be-
garage.
we don't see your pointer. It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
know.
see it.
And I'd made the pointer larger, but in Adobe, it changes it from a colored point to this X.
I don't see it
The
at
way you
all.
see that wrought iron railing, that's the side wall of the garage.
Where it says what? Wrought iron railing?
Yes, you see that text? That's the
Okay.
side wall. of the
Now,
garage.
Uh-huh.
What was the extent of the garage before, right? This has gotten longer as well,
Same
right?
thing. Didn't know that the front and back is the same now as it was then.
At the top as well.
Yeah.
So I wish we had a pointer from
Yeah.
the garage. And there aren't dimensions either. How can I describe this? The garage right now is with its railing on the left, we'll call it, goes up and hits a wall. That's the front face of the garage.
Yes, where the railing ends is the entrance and the front.
Okay, and
wall, that's-
on the right side, on the balcony, terrace, whatever that is, there's the second floor railing, the left side of that,
Yes.
where that hits the wall is the right side of the second story, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And so you're saying that the garage ran that full distance from,
No, that's the garage. You see where the railing is on the lower level?
yes,
Left, okay. The garage ended at the left part of that railing. And to
Mhm.
the right of that railing is where that single story part of the house was in the back,
okay. All right,
which we raised that up along with everything else.
okay, so maybe it would be helpful then to go back and show the pictures that you had of what was there before.
So in the back, you can see that area to the left of the deck.
Mhm.
That's the single stories that was behind the garage.
Okay, so that's the thing that you were referring to, that the goes back further than the garage, okay? And
Right, so
I
when-
think I had a picture of the garage as well.
When you raise that up,
No, Yeah, I understand, but do you have the picture from not the other photograph that you had?
I know what you're talking about, the very beginning.
The front,
That one?
yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh,
So that shows
Yeah.
those windows are in that one-story thing, and then there's like a kind of a
Actually, you see where
carport,
that pier,
yes.
like, you see where that pier is on the right-hand side?
Yeah,
Right, so that's where the roof over this area ends.
okay, so that there wasn't really a garage, it was like, there was, if I
Well, it
understand it.
It started as a garage, somebody.
Right, but I
eventually-
understand it was a garage before I saw the drawings. It was a garage, but currently, as of the flood time, whatever, for whatever reason, the garage became this carport thing. I'm just trying to understand what's here. So this carport thing is where the garage was, and that where those windows are is the one-story thing, right?
Further, it's actually, those windows are actually closer than the inside part, but that's where that one-story area is.
Okay, I think I understand.
It was.
Okay.
But you see, that whole side could not, it couldn't tolerate the lifting. So when people are looking at it after, in the process of lifting it, they see it cut off, oh, there's nothing there. But in fact, it was there. We just had to tear it off while we were lifting it, even though we're going to be replacing it once it's up to its full height.
Hi, this is Liza. I just also wanted to point out what you're looking at here, where
Sorry,
there's
who's
a
speaking?
void.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who's speaking?
This is Liza Acevedo,
Liza.
property owner.
Oh, you're the property owner? Could you introduce yourself, please? Because we need to keep minutes and all.
Liza Acevedo.
Okay, and you're the property owner. Yes,
What I
okay.
What I want to point out on this image that you're looking at,
Mhm.
there was a wall there that was blown out with the flood, which is, I think, what's causing a little bit of confusion at what you're looking at. So there was a fence that was blown out, and there was also a wall there that was part of the carport that was blown out by the flood.
Okay,
So
is
where
that,
you see that pier, that column, and that empty space, there
uh-huh.
was a wall there that was blown out by the flood.
Okay, and that's where that like kind of crooked looking fence is there, right? With the guys
Correct.
standing there in their shorts? Yeah. Okay,
That's all I had to add.
all right, thank you. All right. Does anybody else from the board have questions or comments?
Well, again, I guess I just want to make, before we come to a vote, that the building department has agreed that they're entitled to that additional space over the garage.
I'm just gonna, while you're talking, I'm gonna look up, see if I can measure the height to the roof.
Yeah, and I had a follow-up question on that too, if you can get that, because I would have a question on that, another question on that as well. Okay,
I have another question, Bill, and I apologize, I missed the last meeting. This is under construction now, right now, correct?
well, that's a good question, because it's not supposed to be under construction. I'm going to guess that he's going to say that they're just building the foundation part, but you go ahead and talk, Richard.
Yes, we have a permit for this.
Pardon me?
We are working right now. We had a permit for the work that we've done.
And describe the work that you have the permit for.
Raising the foundation and setting it back down.
Does that answer your question, Larry?
I just wanted to understand that we are voting right now, and it seems like we're doing this late versus the construction that has started. Did I misunderstand what the timing was?
I think, yeah, just to catch you up from last week, and somebody correct me if I'm not saying this correctly, but just to expedite it a bit. my understanding at least, and it'll be good to confirm that as well, is that due to the flood and the hardship on the owners having to live somewhere else while this gets going, they got, and the requirement by FEMA that you have to have a floodway, and that has to be, and by village ordinance, that has to be 2 feet over the FEMA floodway, which is like 8 feet, that they got permission from the building department, you know, on an expedited basis to go ahead and build the required FEMA raised foundation floodway. But they need the approval from the board here as to our purview, which is the structure on top of it. I guess there's also some confusion giving the exact nature of things here about the non-conforming use and building up over that, but that's something I guess the building department will have to decide. So that's my understanding. If anybody wishes to
Mm.
correct that, feel free. That's my understanding.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Well, nobody having corrected it, I guess we'll go with that. So
Mm.
are there people from the audience, Barbara, that want to comment? Questions?
Just to answer your question about the height of the roof,
Yeah,
the roof is about 21, a little over 21 feet above the original floor height.
okay. We don't know what that is above grade though, right? You'd have to do some subtraction or something, I guess,
Above grade, well, let's see,
above the 33-foot grade.
above the
I'll
35.
I'll tell you where I'm going with this, Richard. If you could go
About
back,
23, let's say above the grade, depending where you're measuring it.
I'll tell you where I'm going with this, Richard. If you could go to the pictures looking down the hill that shows all the houses. Not during the
Yes.
flood, but at, you know, a regular picture. You had a picture.
That one?
Now, looking down the hill toward the river. Yeah, hold
Yeah.
it there. Okay, again, you can't see your pointer, but there's a White House. And the peak of that White House is presumably some elevation, you know, above sea level, you know, like
The White House that's closest to us?
the white one, yeah. And then there's one in between. I'm just
Right.
wondering what your finished height is, which is a dimension we don't have. So it's roughly 23 feet above, I guess, 3 feet, right? So it's like 26 feet above sea level, something like that, 27 feet. I'm just curious how that compares with this one or that one, you know, how it is relative to the neighborhood. You don't have that information handy, I don't think, but I was just curious because looking
No,
at
I
this
can't.
picture, it looks
I
like
can
it-
tell you this. The house that's right next door, like the one that's in the middle,
yeah,
I'm working on that one too, and then they're gonna be raising their house as well.
okay.
And the one on the end
That'll
is,
be higher still. And so I'm just trying to see what I'm interested in this picture. It looks sort of like the house you're working on currently is roughly the height of the one up just by nature of the grade change. And this one in the middle, I guess, will go up probably higher.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're right. I think that what's gonna happen is as the grade's going down, that almost the top of these houses are almost on the same level,
Yeah.
which, I don't know, I think, look, I happen to think that anything we can do to help this street is good. And I understand why you're asking that, because if you could, I guess maybe from the waterworks, you could look directly at all of these. I think all the top of roofs are gonna be very similar.
That's what I was wondering. It's just a conjecture. Anyway, let's see if there's, anyway, before I go to the audience, any more questions from the board?
Mm.
I guess not. Okay, anything from the audience?
No.
No hands raised.
Okay. So I guess,
Thank you very much.
pardon me?
Thank you very much.
Can
Okay,
I, or we haven't voted yet.
we haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. Can I ask one other question?
Sure.
Is, there's no way to bring the siding or some cosmetic treatment down farther than, I guess you don't want to do it, right? Because you don't want to lose it if there's a flood, correct? That's why you're not bringing siding down further. Is that correct?
Okay, it's a question I've been going around in circles with for quite a while, because actually the biggest problem all these houses have is the foundation comes up. There's always these lower 3 feet that's exposed, and the siding starts from there. I would have liked to be able to use material that we could have going all the way up from the foundation, the face of the foundation, all the way up. Problem is that stucco, and it's too expensive. Problem in bringing siding down is not so much, it's true that it's not going to endure any flood, but we could bring it another 2 feet down or so, and maybe you would be able to tolerate flooding. But that's the reason why you think it would look better with a little more siding coming further down.
Well, I understand. I mean, actually, I understand that you do not want it to be wet. So I get that. I guess it's just, I guess it's a little bit of a shame though that it's just like this blank wall. And I mean, I guess if you treat it with some landscaping, then it'll look better. But that's the only thing, you know.
I'm thinking once it's painted the same color, that will soften the difference between the two. And landscaping will help, but all it's going to do is help.
No, I understand. Okay, I'm not gonna, that's fine. I understand not bringing the siding down because it'll get ruined in the flood.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if you're doing the house next door, at least you can fight with each other. So I guess we can have a motion to vote. Let me just sort of clarify what at least I think we're voting on, which is the plans as you've presented them and shown them, subject only, as far as I can see, to the building department's determination that the envelope that's getting built, the 2-story addition with the bedroom and all, is not a further encroachment on the setback, such that it would need to go to zoning board approval, in which case you'd have to go to zoning board. And if you had to go to zoning board, and then if any other modifications are required, you'd have to come back. That's kind of long-winded, but I think we're voting on what we can see, subject to the buildings department making that determination subsequently. Is that understood? Is that what everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, with that said, and if there's no further questions or comments, can I? Get
I'll
that?
make a motion.
Okay. Somebody second?
Second,
Okay, and so let's see, Yvonne,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
Cindy,
yes.
and Larry,
Yes,
and I'm okay as well on those parameters. Okay. But like I said, you got to work with the building department, make sure that it's not encroaching on the setbacks, because you don't want to be building it and then find out it is and have to be changing it after you've built it. So please make sure and make sure that's everybody's copacetic with that. That said,
Thank you.
very good. Okay, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, so now we'll move on to the regular agenda. First up is 136 Highview Street. And so we can start with that.
All right, Eva. It's not taking-
Hmm.
Eva, are you there, Eva?
Yeah, she says hi.
But I'm
Eva, the
clicking
solar
on it to
lady.
make her a panelist, but she's not moving.
Hmm.
Is she frozen or is she?
Oh, I think we got it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Either that or I just totally lost her. Either one.
2 minutes. What?
There she goes.
Eva, the solar lady.
Can you hear me now?
We can, Eva the solar
Yeah.
lady.
Yes.
Are you one of the Avengers?
I feel like an Avenger. This is an exciting thing to get through here. Oh, my. So good evening, everyone. I
Good
think
evening.
you all have the plans for the Altamirano's house for their solar project.
No, we're on Zoom and we have a TV screen. We need you to share them.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'm a newbie to Zoom, so hang
Mhm.
tight. Let me see. To share screen. So can I drag and drop?
It's not a drag and drop thing. It's basically, there should be a green button at the bottom that says share screen, and that'll show your screen and we can all see it.
Right. So. I have the house. I don't have the green button.
I'm gonna let Barbara deal with not having the green button.
Hang on.
All I can do is allow them to be able to share, which I've already
All right,
done.
maybe I'll share, okay?
Thank you, Andy.
I know, thank you.
Is this the correct property?
Yes. And that is the notes that we sent to you. That is the plan. Yes, thank you.
Let's
I
hold with that.
appreciate
Let's
your
hold with the
help.
plan for the moment, Andrew. I think that's unless she says to go somewhere.
What's that?
I'm thinking that I'm just guessing she might want to start with the plan, but
That's the plan.
Yeah.
So, yes, so what you're seeing here in the blue lines, the crosshatch lines is the fire code setback so that the fire department can get up in and around the house. The rectangular boxes are the arrays of solar. So when we are talking about the solar arrays, the front of the house is the upper right-hand corner to the left. And if you go
Where,
to,
okay, you see do you see my pointer?
yep,
Yeah.
Is this the front of the house?
that's the front of the house. So
Okay.
this is the first array is on top of the ground access point. So in order for us to get up to the roof, we're putting our ladder at that ground access point and going up to this front roof to work on this array, the one over to the right-hand side and the one over to the left-hand side. Array number 2, array number 4, and it looks like they don't have the middle one numbered. That one where your arrow is.
Right, here.
So, and then the back of the house has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrays on it. And they're all numbered. So then on the northern side, is where the MP, or the main panel is, the electrical, meter, and all the wiring that goes. So when the array is hooked up to the electricity, it's hooked up to that meter, the Con Ed meter, and conduit comes up from that meter up to the roof and into the array. So you're not going to see any piping at all in the front.
Mhm.
And then how it's attached to the roof is if you go to the next page, number 3. There you go. That's it. Scroll up a little bit. Right, there you go, right there. It's called a snap rack system, right? So it's 6 inches off the roof, and these are channels that get hooked directly into the rafter of the house. Then the shingle gets laid, the composition shingle gets laid on top, and then the solar array gets snapped into the channel. So if you scroll up a little bit, up, there you go.
Up?
There you go.
When you say up, to me, we're scrolling down the page, correct?
Sorry,
Okay,
Andrew. There you
yeah.
go. Yes, down. There's a picture of it. Right. So these are not seen on the street at all. You don't see any of this. And if you go to the next page that we sent you, well, this is all about the wiring. I don't know if you want to know about that. It's actually a little bit out of my wheelhouse. But we sent you a rendering of what the house looks like
Yeah, okay, let's see. So,
in this
Yeah.
email. Do you have any questions? There you go.
So
Ye-
That's an
Yes.
aerial view.
in this view, which is the street side?
This is the street side right
This is
here.
street side.
And the picture above it, which is the street side?
The picture above it is where the blue car is.
So
That's-
that's the street side,
Mhm.
okay.
That's the street
Mhm.
side. And the back of the
Okay.
house, yeah, is
Which one is north or south? The orientation. I'm
north is to the
confused.
top of the picture, to the top of your computer screen.
Okay, okay, so this is east-west, right?
It's an east-west roof, that's correct.
Yeah. I have one question.
Yep.
What if you, just by the looks, from the front facade, what if you add one more panel there at the end where you have 2? So that it will look like, they all kind of look similar. The other are 3 and 6. I mean, sorry, 6, 6
Alternately, can you take one from the right side and
Yeah,
put it on the
from
left
the
side?
back. Yeah,
Where-
like mhm.
You see, when you look at the elevation from the front view, it looks little, you got, it lines up the 2 on the left, the one on the right, sort of there by itself.
Oh, I
There's
see
A
what you're
big
saying.
space in between.
So the reason why they shifted that up is for the homeowner for usage, right? We certainly can put panels down there, but we don't because he's not going to get any production because of the trees.
you're talking about down here.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mm.
aesthetically, it would certainly be more
Wait a
pleasing
minute, because of which
Mhm.
tree?
because of the trees to the right.
Because the trees.
If you look at this
Uh-huh.
picture, it
Uh-huh.
doesn't look like there's a tree there. It looks like there's a
I
tree
know
on the
it's
other side.
big. The tree to the right is south, and the sun spends most of its day in the south. So it's actually
Mhm.
shadowing that roof side.
Mhm,
And if
mhm.
you go to if you scroll down, meaning go up to the aerial view, Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
there you
It
go.
looks so sunny.
Go to the right. I know it does.
I mean, this particular
You know, the
time of
shadows,
the
you can see
day.
the shadows of the trees and it
Right.
is shining, but nothing is shining on the roof. I mean, no shadows are on the roof, even though the
Yeah.
shadows are moving from the bottom of the screen
Right.
towards the top.
Right.
So I
Right,
have a
and it
little
also-
problem.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
use a program called Near Me, and actually this is done with a drone during the day. So this was done, this picture actually was taken 3 weeks ago. So,
Mhm.
right,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
deceiving. When we figure out production on these solar panels, we're looking at it from an annual perspective. So we
Mhm.
want to give him the best annual production that we can on this house. And that's why there's not a panel on that northern roof, even though it's even on the northern section of the southern dormer, right? Yes, to the right there.
Mhm.
Right in that little space there. We could technically put a panel in there, but we don't.
All right, all right.
So I'm all for solar, but that's not the conversation right now. Having visited the house, it sits very tall and very prominent on the street. The design of the panels as they are presently are very disjointed from the street
Right.
itself and very pronounced from all neighbors looking at it. Is there an ability to put that third panel in there to help give some symmetry to the
Mhm.
design at least? Because otherwise
that's-
it is very disjointed.
Mhm. I agree.
Agree. Very disjointed.
I certainly can ask.
Yeah. I think that what I would ask you to do is to try to do that. If you feel that it's really ridiculous and impossible, I'd like to see the calculations for that. So, because certainly from this picture, it doesn't look like it shouldn't be so.
Mhm.
We are asking the homeowner to spend more money now to get a third panel. Right now,
Well, or move a panel from the east side.
back
Mhm.
to the front.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let me speak
Yeah.
to my engineer.
The point being obvious when you look at the front view left, which is what Larry's referring to, it looks not great. It would look much better with that other panel there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least there is a rhythm of some sort.
The same way we might object to somebody having a funny window or something else that doesn't detracts from the appearance that, this seems like something that is fairly easy to take care of, frankly. And if it's
I
not,
hear you.
yes, I'd like to know why.
Mhm.
Want it to be aesthetically pleasing. Let me ask,
Yeah.
Yeah.
can I get these plans together and present them to the town, or do I have to wait for another board meeting?
2 weeks.
Oh, I thought it was once a
No,
month.
they're every 2 weeks.
Okay, well, I think I can get it done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd ask you to do that. This, everybody can see this. It's very visible. And, basically the only thing that we're asking is, can you either move a panel from the back to there so that it evens it out, so it looks better, or
Yeah.
worst case, I guess, add a
Mhm.
panel, even if it's not booked in, even if it's just for show. I don't know, but
Right. Well, and I wonder if there are any neighbors who wish to comment about any of this, seeing as how visible everything is.
are there any neighbors?
No hands raised.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, and the back is much less of an issue. Obviously, it's not.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
one panel in the front that's sort of the eyesore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's, the whole thing is exacerbated by those dormers too, right? Which
Yeah.
is it's a very chopped up front of the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yes.
And it sits
Right.
very tall. I mean,
It
prominent in the street.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
All right,
weren't
well,
those bushes, these bushes were just replanted, right? Wasn't the whole house covered with bushes?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I think they were, before the Altamiranos took over the house. Okay, I'll bring it to my engineers and we'll revisit
Okay.
in 2 weeks.
Now,
Thank you.
Eva,
Okay.
Eva,
thank you.
Yes,
Eva,
Okay,
yes,
I have to have the drawings by for the 21st, by like the next Tuesday, really.
okay,
I
I'll
have
get
to
on
do the
it first.
agenda a week before the meeting.
Okay, you got it. You
Okay.
got it.
Right,
I
thank
will
you,
get
Eva.
on it this
okay,
morning.
thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks for your help, Andrew.
No problem.
Okay. Next up is 1251 Flagler Drive.
Mhm.
Good evening. My name is Eric Jacobson, and I'm the architect
Hello.
for the Perkins family. I'm going to be
Mhm.
assisted tonight by Orin Smith. So Barbie, if you could make him a panelist, he'll be sharing his screen so things will go smoothly. So while he's doing that, I'll just give you a brief overview of the project. This is a house that's in a private neighborhood. It actually did receive the homeowners association approval. So it went through their board and they were fine with the exterior alterations we're making. There will be no change to the footprint of the house. We're just changing some windows in the back of the house, closing up one window on the side of the house. And the only thing you'll be able to see from the street is going to be the removal of one of the chimneys, big stone chimneys that comes through the roof. We're proposing to remove that chimney because it's a very large masonry mass between the kitchen and what will be the family room. It is a defunct chimney. It no longer operates or vents any appliance, so there's really no need for it. And the proposal is to take it out and then patch up the slate roof so that there's no evidence of it being there. So Orin, when you get a chance, if you could go to page 8 of the plans, we'll look at the exterior elevations. These are the existing elevations. So you'll see there at the front elevation, we have a beautiful stone facade, slate roof, and then we have the 2 chimneys. The one on the left will remain. It's the one in the middle that we're proposing to remove. There's no change to the left side elevation. Or if you go to page 9, the next one down, that'd be great. So here's the rear elevation. And the rear elevation, we're proposing to change out the 3 sliding patio doors with doors of similar size. We're going to change out the master bedroom window that's on the right side, the second floor right side. And then we're going to create a much larger kitchen window so we can take advantage of the view. This house is right on Larchmont Harbor. The only change we're going to make to the right elevation is we're going to close up a window. And it's the one just to the right of the door there with the little shed. But these again are the existing, yep, that's the one, the existing elevation. So let's go to page 10 and we'll show the proposed front elevation without the chimney. And again, that's the only change of these 2 elevations, the left and the front. The only change is we're removing that stone chimney and then we're patching it with slate. And then let's go to page 11. And the only change we have, I'll go to the right elevation. You see the note there where we remove the window. We're patching that with the cedar clapboard siding, big white exposure, beautiful siding. And then in the rear of the house, we're changing out, I'll start in the right, go to the left, master bedroom window with no grills, changing out the 3 sliding patio doors. And then we're changing out the kitchen window to make a very large picture window with 2 flanking casement windows in either side. Again, we decided not to go with any grills because we wanted to maximize the view. And you see too that we're patching the where the chimney was, the roof, the slate roof. So with that, I entertain any questions the board may have.
Anyone have any questions on the board?
So you're keeping the stonework.
Oh yeah, so all the stonework in the front of the house, the back of the house is all cedar clapboards, but there's no change in any of the stonework.
Because the first set, I was very confused because the first set of drawing, the revised drawings do not include the stonework. So it looked as
Yeah, I
if you were
think-
painting out the facade as well.
Yeah,
I think, Larry, go Go ahead. You can.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I see your point. The front elevation remains unchanged. And we decided not to show all the stonework, but that's exactly how it's going to look, but without the chimney.
I think they
Yeah.
only rendered the things they were changing on the new drawings, Larry. That's why it looks.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Mhm.
Yes.
It just
Mhm.
didn't, yeah. It looks better without that second chimney, I think.
I'm okay either way.
Yeah.
Same. I don't
It gives
mind.
the other one more, it becomes more important. It's, yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been replacing the grills on the back, right? And there's some still there, but
They're not
I
replacing the
think
grills.
it looks, no, well, no, some are existing.
Yeah.
The master bedroom is a new without no grills, but then the rest, the upper ones, it's okay. I'm fine with it too.
It's fine.
There's no neighbors to the back anyway, just people on yachts.
Yeah, you're right.
The boaters
Yeah,
looks pretty.
yeah, the front. No
Any
changes to
other
the front.
questions, comments from the board?
None.
Mhm.
From the
No,
audience? Barbara?
No hands raised.
All right, motion?
I motion.
I'll
I
second.
second. Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see, Cindy,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes,
Yvonne,
Yes,
Andrew,
Yes.
and I'm fine too. Very good, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
We need
Okay.
Orin to stay to get everyone else through their Zoom.
I'll
Right,
rent it to you. Yeah.
And there's a famous winemaker named Orange Swift too, isn't there?
He's thinking like, yeah.
thank you.
Okay, next up is 1516 Urban Street.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Okay, let me try to share the screen here. Wait a minute now here. You're not seeing this, are you yet?
Here we are.
Yeah.
You see your menu.
Okay. Oh, I see why. Here we go.
There, we're getting close.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Photos. This is the house across the street to the left,
Mhm.
across the street to the right. Wait a minute, I think that's the wrong one. Hold on a second.
Hmm.
There we are. Okay, start again. Here we go, the house across the street. This is across the street to the left. This is the project house, but the addition's going on the back.
Mhm.
This is the house
Yeah.
to the left. And this is the back of the house. What we're doing is a second floor addition
Mhm.
right in here. They add another bedroom, which is going to extend over the deck.
Mhm.
Okay, let me get to the drawings.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're adding another bedroom off of the second floor here, which is going to be going over existing deck towards the rear. Yeah. Section. Okay, and these are the right and left side elevations sticking out over the deck here,
Yeah,
new
the
columns.
Mhm.
And this is the elevation of the rear with the new addition here. Pitch to match, the siding is going to match existing.
Mhm.
And that's basically it. Really simple.
Mhm. What color is it? Tan? It's a greenish tan, or the photos I couldn't tell.
It's kind of like an olive green sort of color.
Ah, okay. I thought it was some kind of green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm. So everything will match existing.
Correct.
The windows will match existing.
Yep. Windows
Yeah,
will match.
yes. Yeah.
What's your treatment of the ceiling of the of above the deck?
The deck. Yes.
Oh, that'll be probably, well, it's going to be a like a vinyl beadboard kind of thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I like the gable. I like the angle that coincide, work with the rest of the house. That looks fine. Nice.
Yeah, well, they got nice steep pitches on this roof, which is nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. So you could work, yeah. And you got your height in that room also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Is it it looks like the ceiling height of the deck is like right on top of the doors. How high is that?
Well, it looks that way, but this first section here is a header.
Mm-hmm.
So the ceiling is up above that.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Well, you can kind of see it in the section here. You can see the header running across.
Yeah. So it's like what, 8 inches or so
10.
higher? 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 2x10 joist. Well, that's the
Mhm.
joist. How about the header?
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
Could you show the street view again, the photograph?
Yeah, if I can find it.
Mhm.
Okay, the house,
Yeah.
like, okay,
That's the
There
house
you
in the
go.
front.
That's
Mhm.
the house, yeah.
okay,
yeah.
so the
So it's
house on the
basically a
right-
similar, we did this edition about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically, it's
Yeah.
kind of similar to that.
Right.
Can we see
Mhm.
the back again?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
going to be attractive.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
any more questions from the board?
No.
Any audience participation, Barbara?
No hands.
All right. Motion?
I motion.
I second.
Okay, Yvonne,
Yes.
Andrew,
Yes.
Larry
Yes.
and Cindy,
Yes.
and I'm good too. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay, hello, Kitty.
He needs to leave.
Bye
There he goes.
bye, Kitty. You never hear about bye bye Kitty, only hello Kitty. Yeah. Okay, 700 Baldwin Place.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. This is Fred Grippy from RMG Associates. I'm the architect for Mr. and Mrs. Picker. And on this project, what we're doing here is, let me zoom in a little. We're adding a two-story, a second floor addition, I should say, on the back, on the front to the back of the house here on this right-hand side. And we're also adding a roofed porch over here in the front. So this is the drawings of the front of the house. This dotted line here is where the existing roof is now. So we're adding this on. And this basically, this roof line goes straight through to the back of the house. And we're also adding this. It has an entrance on it now, but it's very small. They wanted something a little bit bigger. We're doing a standing seam roof over the top of it. And then over this is an existing window in the front, but we're adding a little standing seam roof over the window with some decorative brackets just to dress up the front of the house. This is the left side elevation. So this is the addition here for the porch. This is the addition that you can see in the background that goes from the front all the way to the back. This is the floor plan of the porch in the front. That's the piece we're adding. It's about 7'4" by about 10 feet. This is the second floor addition. We're adding a master bedroom, walk-in closet, a master bathroom in the back. All these are sections which, you know what, let me go back so you can see, I think the rear elevation was down here, yeah. So this addition carries through the back. There was another addition put on a while ago, which is in the foreground of this. So this kind of is in back of that. Let me go through some photographs so you can maybe understand this a little bit better. This is, okay, so this is not going to change here. This is the left side of the house. Whoops. All right. Okay, so this is like a metal structure. We're taking this off. We're enlarging this a little bit. So this is where that front entrance porch is going. This is the roof that's basically just getting raised up to add the second floor. This is the back of the house. So that roof comes across here and it's in this area back here. So that again, on the other side of this, in the background, it's back in here. These are the neighboring houses. That's the house to the left. That's the house to the right. This is just an aerial view. This one's a little better. So the addition is where this red mark is here, and it kind of backs up to 95. So there's no one back here, and these neighbors are pretty far away from this addition. And that's about it as far as what we're adding. If you have any questions.
Can we see the, I'm sorry. Mhm.
No, go ahead,
I
Cindy.
just wanted to see the photograph of the front of the house again with the windows. So. Right, you're going to put
So we're putting,
something,
yeah, we're gonna put there's gonna be like brackets here and a little roof, standing seam
So-
roof over
right.
the top of it. Just
And
to
will
just-
it look much like the one on the other, on the left side from it?
Yeah, it's gonna
on
be
my
the,
left
yeah, it's
from
gonna
it?
be
It'll
the same material,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was
Nice.
going to ask you about the siding. Are you doing something to the siding?
Yeah, I should say, yes. Well, we're gonna clean this up as best we can.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, so, I mean, that's gonna be the roof. That's the roof on there now.
Yeah.
We're matching that. So
Mhm.
we're gonna match, we're gonna match the shingles and we're
Yeah.
gonna paint, they're gonna be a primed and then they want a more of like a gray color. I think I have a better,
Ah,
whoops, no, this was it.
so you're replacing the whole house or?
No,
or
we're gonna
no?
match, these are shingles that match. The
That
shingles that
match.
are on the
So you're
house
going,
now.
so
Yeah,
you're going to
so-
clean the
So,
existing
yeah,
ones
so
with
this, I
the-
mean, this is the better view. This is a picture of a bunch of samples, and this is the one
Ah,
that we're gonna choose, that the color.
okay. Oh,
Okay, so we're gonna get, we're gonna try to match those shingles.
Uh-huh.
And they're gonna paint it because I don't think we can, you're never gonna be able to match that. They're pretty worn out, but if we clean them and paint it all,
Yeah.
it'll probably match, properly.
Okay,
Hmm.
yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
paint the shingles, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
paint that, the whole house to be painted this color.
Okay,
Yeah,
that'll look much nicer. if they're
Yeah, I
all-
think so, yeah. It's gonna look a lot nicer.
yes.
Yeah,
No,
because
and also the two volume, it adds interest to the house as well. That volume. I mean, it defines the entry. And it looks nice.
yeah, so, I mean. Yeah, as far as the front goes, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to dress this
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah,
standing
yeah.
seam is nice.
Mhm.
So we just try to pick that up a little bit here and it kind of breaks up this elevation. So that's the extent of the project.
Mhm. Okay. And the standing seam is gray. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, any
All right.
more questions?
Very good.
Okay.
I appreciate the integration of the design into the existing house. I think it's well done.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
the front facade looks much more attractive. I mean, it's
Mhm.
nicely articulated, I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, we try.
Mhm.
Anybody-
Look good.
Any neighbors, Barbara?
No hands.
Okay. Then perhaps we can get a motion.
Okay,
I move.
Okay,
I second.
Second.
okay. All right, Cindy,
Yes,
Larry,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Okay, all good, me too. All right, very good.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
all right, then 708 Monroe,
Mhm.
Monroe.
Good evening.
Hello.
This is Michael Picarella, architect. I'm representing Sharon and Matthew Sawyer. Their project is to do a small little kitchen addition, which is right over here. The rear of the house, you cannot see it from the front.
Mhm.
The existing house is stucco. I have a picture of that. I'll show you. Sure. Hang on for that. I'm gonna change, I'm gonna, hold on, I'll get you that picture. So the addition is for a kitchen renovation to expand the existing kitchen. And all of the finishes, so here is the rear of the house. Did everyone see that?
No.
We still see
No,
the,
nothing changed.
No, we still see the site plan.
Okay, I'm not sure how to change screens, but regardless. I'll just get back to the site plan. So here's our, so again, our
No,
addition.
no, we saw it.
we saw
We
it.
saw a drawing.
Came up
Yes.
for a second there.
Yeah.
Yes, the drawing, yeah.
Yes. Here is the,
Mhm.
basically, here's the existing kitchen, powder room. Here's a little existing mud room that we are simply rebuilding with a new foundation and a new roof to match. And it will be an expanded kitchen, larger kitchen. So this whole thing now will be kitchen. So that's the project. With that project comes changing of a window in the kitchen, moving the sink down, larger windows facing the back. We're not touching the powder room. And we're adding some sliders, French sliders to the dining room.
Mhm.
So again, here's the rear of the house with our new windows facing this is the kitchen, existing powder room, and then French sliders off of the dining room as well. We have existing stucco throughout the whole back of the house, which you can see with the photographs. And we're just simply going to match the stucco. We're going to match the window trim, match all the trim details that are in the back of the house and the rakes, and then do a whole new asphalt roof that'll match existing.
Okay.
The side.
What-
Go ahead. So again, the side, this is the expanded portion of the new kitchen. We'll have this is where the kitchen sink is. We're gonna have new windows here as well. All of this will get re-stuccoed to match existing. And again, my new roof will match the existing roof, trim, siding, and stucco portion.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, what sort of representation is that? The stucco? It looks so dark. That's why I just asked.
It's just, I was just trying to show the difference between the existing and new. That's all.
Ah, okay.
That's all.
Gotcha.
It's a graphic. It's just that's all it is.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that's the entire project. The whole idea of this project was so that this kitchen addition looks like it was part of the original construction, and we're certainly going to match everything. So
Yeah.
even
I
down to
think
the
it
stonework,
blends.
some of the stonework on
Yeah.
the foundation as well. We're going to match that as well.
That's
You
good.
have the
So you-
photograph of the back of the house?
I have it. I don't know. I'm not sure how to change that portion of the screen, going from PDF to JPEG, because I have it up here now, but you can't see that.
Well, yeah, we see just whatever is on your screen. It's a general.
Yeah, I know that, but for some reason I have I have the photograph up, but you're not seeing that.
I think if you stop share and then reshare.
Yeah,
it,
yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stop sharing this and then I'll reshare it. And then there you go. See that?
Yep.
Yes, we
Okay,
got it.
Okay, so
Yep.
that's, here's the existing house.
Mhm.
Here's the existing, this is a mudroom. This is a
Yeah.
powder room. This is a dining room. And this is all
Mhm.
stucco. The whole thing is stucco. And there's a little bit of stone at the bottom, you can see that we're gonna match. So we're gonna fill in this corner right here.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna extend this roof over.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna square this off, and that's it.
Right.
Mhm.
And the door, you're changing the door.
And the door, the
Yeah.
pair of windows are going to be
Mhm.
swapped out for
Right.
a French
Sliders.
slider.
French doors. Okay.
All right. Pretty
All the
straightforward.
all the windows will be white, all the, all the details will match existing.
Mhm. Okay.
Is there a deck there now?
Here,
No, where you're gonna now create sliding doors. Looks
it's an
like it just-
existing, it's an existing bluestone patio that runs behind the house.
Oh, I
There's a
see.
little- There's a little path
Oh.
here, and this is a bluestone patio over here. There's no deck. It's all patio.
I see.
Mm.
Okay,
It's
because it looks
actually,
like,
it's sort of running
Mhm.
into the grade, except there's a retaining wall that you can't see on this shot. And then there's
Yeah.
a small little, like, 24-inch tall retaining wall, and then it drops down to patio.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
It's nice.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Good.
Any
Looks
more
good.
questions from the board? Anything
No.
from the audience?
No.
Jim? Okay, motion?
I motion.
Okay,
I second.
okay. Larry,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm yes also. Okay, very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, now, Barbara, is 6:11 not on the agenda now?
Well, they can't be heard because they didn't put up the sign, but he's here. And maybe you can clear up the issues you guys have with the drawings at least.
If he wants.
All right, Abe.
I mean, can we can't really have a hearing per se because the people haven't been noticed.
No, you can't, but can you tell him what more information you're looking for on his drawings?
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Because otherwise, the next meeting is gonna be a waste, because that's when you'll tell him. And this is gonna drag on for longer than the several months it's dragged on already.
Okay.
All right, Abe, are you there?
Hmm.
Is he there having trouble getting on or is he not?
I mean, he shows us he's there without a picture. It's just his name.
Maybe he went to get a glass of water. Let's give him.
There he is.
There he is.
There, hello.
He must be muted.
He doesn't show us being muted, but Abe, we can't hear you.
Maybe the mic speakers have to be turned up. Maybe.
No, not Mike.
Possibly he's not talking.
You're muted.
Not
Abe,
really.
if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Can hear
He
you.
has his hand up. Is there a question to see, Barbara?
He's the one with the hand up.
Oh, yeah.
He's waving and making
He's
signs like he
waving.
doesn't know what's wrong.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, I don't see a hand up.
It's on his little, the icon
Yeah.
picture.
Is his
So
speaker
yellow.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
And he's talking, but, you know,
Can hear.
but yeah, and he's pointing to his ears, so he understands the problem, but I don't know that he can able to deal with it.
hmm.
No. Okay.
At what point should we throw?
This is the last applicant.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a way to call in on the phone, but I don't know if that's even harder.
He keep talking, but can hear him.
The mic is not on his computer apparently.
Right.
Right.
Does
I
he
mean,
know?
can't,
He understands
can't
we
he
can't
just-
hear him, right? Can he hear us?
I think so. Yes, he's.
Right, okay, we cannot hear
Ah.
you. The microphone is not working on your computer apparently. You know that, but there's nothing you can do. Okay, I don't know that I have a great suggestion for you. We obviously, the good news is that the next meeting is in person.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, perhaps I can help you a little bit if you can hear us. Here's the thing with the drawings, okay? The elevation showed a two-story structure. The plan, there was only one floor plan, which appeared to be the first floor, because it had a door, which the second floor.
No, wait a second. The plan is of the house. It's not the first floor of that garage because there's no garage doors in it or anything like that.
That's
It's
what I'm
got a-
saying. It doesn't, that's what I'm trying to say. There was a plan and there was elevations and the two did not match.
That's correct.
You know, it appeared, and the elevations appeared to show a two-story structure, so that there should be two plans that looked like the elevations. And there was not that. So that's the first question, is we couldn't tell what it is we were supposed to even be looking at. So that's the first question. The other thing we aren't sure about, which is I think more of a building department thing, is that this two-story structure, assuming it is a two-story structure, appears to encroach on the setbacks, in which case if it's over the setbacks and it's bigger than what was there before, which it appears to be, it would need zoning board approval. But since we couldn't really make out there was not a plan to be able to tell, that would be the other, I think, main question. So I think the questions that we primarily had were that there were not matching elevations and plans, and we were not sure if it was in conformance with the zoning. If anybody has anything to add to that, I'm just trying to help them out here.
Yeah, it's labeled as a, removing the existing one-story building and build a two-story, two-car garage. We don't see a garage anywhere. We just see like a house, a two-story house. So it's very confusing to us. We don't understand exactly what's going on.
Realize you can't respond because we can't hear you.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you as best we can under the circumstances. Does anybody have anything else to add to this? I mean, that's the main thing. We just need to know what we're looking at, really.
And it really, didn't it look just like it looked when we saw it the last time?
Last time there was a basement.
exactly.
Now there's no basement.
Okay, okay.
I think
I don't know
they
where the
only,
basement went.
The only drawing they changed, I think, is the section, which you had a basement and 2 stories, and now you have 2-story. There's a 2-story
I
section.
don't know if there's a.
But
base-
again, we are confused.
Yeah, so we need to have a consistent set of drawings that all go together that we can understand from. You were sitting here, you've seen what other people have shown, right? Yeah, so it needs to be like that. Okay. I hope that's helpful, Abe. I'm sorry we can't hear you. It's the best we can do, I think. Okay. So I guess on that note, we'll have to I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. Or I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I second that one.
Okay, any opposed?
No.
Okay. Well, then we're adjourned.
Okay.
Still recording though.
Give me a sec.